Just now, the NBA officially fined Ja Morant $75,000 for making gun gestures again during the game against the Miami Heat. That's right, although Morant hit a buzzer beater to lead the Memphis Grizzlies to victory over the Heat, he still made the gun gesture 3 times during the game. It's worth noting that in the previous game against the Golden State Warriors, Morant had already received a warning from the league for similar gun-like gestures, though no further punishment was given. But less than a day later, Morant showed no signs of restraint. Instead, he doubled down on the behavior, leading fans to question, is this muscle memory so ingrained that he doesn't even realize it? Or is he deliberately challenging the league's authority? In this key Western Conference play-in battle, Morant made the gun gesture toward the Warriors' bench. This provocative action left Stephen Curry completely dumbfounded. Morant really isn't afraid, he's still acting recklessly now. There are so many celebratory gestures in the NBA, why does Morant favor the gun gesture so much? Always acting so cocky, can someone like this really be a core player? Can he achieve anything? Previously, Morant was heavily suspended for 25 games by the league for showing a gun on live stream. Even after that, with his obsession with guns, he didn't seem to learn a lesson. Every time he celebrated, he instinctively made a shooting gesture, then seemed to remember something and stopped. At the beginning of the season, Morant injured his lower back due to overly flashy play and had no choice but to watch games while leaning on crutches. When leaving the court, he even mimicked a shooting pose with both crutches to respond to fans. His love for guns seems etched into his bones. However, recently the Grizzlies have suffered a 4-game losing streak, and after a coaching change, the team has yet to show a complete system. If he doesn't settle down soon, Morant may no longer be a part of the team's long-term plans. Let's not forget that Morant had already received serious punishment from the NBA over the gun incident, losing over $10 million and facing suspension, even being sued. In September 2022, Morant and his childhood friend Devontae Pack were sued for allegedly assaulting a 17-year-old teenager. In court, Morant sincerely apologized, saying the conflict started when the teen threw the ball and hit him in the face. He even demonstrated different passing moves in the courtroom. 2 months before that, Morant had organized a pickup game in his backyard. During the game, Morant threw the ball at a 17-year-old high schooler who was defending him. Unexpectedly, the teen threw it back, hitting Morant in the face. Furious, Morant attacked the teen, punching him multiple times. After being hit 12 times, the teen finally ran off in a panic. During the escape, he reportedly saw Morant pulling out a gun. If Morant's father T. Morant hadn't intervened in time, who knows what would have happened. After that, the teen's mother filed a lawsuit against Morant, seeking millions in compensation. Though Morant and his family strongly denied chasing the teen with a gun, his live stream behavior at the nightclub and on-court gestures seemed to confirm the accusations. Following an investigation, the NBA imposed an unpaid suspension, costing him over $10 million. Morant went from being a rising star endorsed by the league to a negative figure. His 2 gun-flashing incidents on social media led to 2 suspensions from the NBA, totaling 33 games. His main sponsor, Nike, suspended their partnership with him. At the time, Morant publicly apologized, saying he would seek help and learn to better manage stress. But it seems he hasn't learned anything from his previous mistakes, once again making a gun gesture. Is this self-destruction, or just habitual behavior? Morant was born in Dalzell, South Carolina, a small town of just 1,200 people, where the crime rate is above the national average and gun violence is frequent. Growing up in such an environment, gun culture was nearly inescapable. In towns like this, owning a gun is often seen as a necessity for self-protection, not just a choice. Many years ago, young people in that area were already familiar with guns. This culture has left a deep imprint on their behavior. What's even more notable is that after every gun-related controversy, Morant's fan base didn't shrink, in fact, it grew. After the first live-stream gun flashing incident, his Instagram followers increased by 23% within a week, nearly 1 million new followers. This kind of negative marketing effect seems to have brought him unexpected traffic dividends. Morant may have realized the commercial value of the bad boy image. Although he lost mainstream sponsors like Nike, he has attracted some brands that pursue rebellion and street culture. A clothing brand focused on street culture quietly contacted his agent team after the gun flashing incident and offered a $15 million sponsorship proposal. Can you believe it? In an elementary school in Tennessee, USA, some students even started mimicking Morant's gun gesture, with nearly 40% of the boys thinking the gesture was cool. And after the Morant gun gesture incident, gun-related imitation behaviors increased by 15%, including finger guns and imitating gun sounds. When teenagers imitate their idol by pretending to shoot, can we still pretend it's just a simple gesture? Morant was supposed to be a positive role model, inspiring countless children, but instead, he tarnishes his own reputation with one controversial act after another. Reportedly, the Memphis Grizzlies management is already planning to trade team core Ja Morant early. This season, Morant has been plagued by injuries and forced to sit out multiple times. His explosive and aggressive playing style, while highly entertaining, reminds the Grizzlies management of Derrick Rose's painful past, making owner Robert Pera believe Morant's peak might not last long. In the past 2 years, Morant has missed a total of 128 games, and this season, he played only 43 games with injuries, setting a career low, often missing critical games. Morant's fragile player label has sparked dissatisfaction within the management. His offensive efficiency has also been declining, and his plummeting clutch true shooting percentage has led the management to consider changing the team's core. More importantly, Morant's commercial value is rapidly shrinking. Following a string of negative headlines, Morant's sneaker sales dropped from 7th in the U.S.IN 2023 to 15th, and he lost 230,000 social media followers in 1 month, setting an NBA record. Currently, 8 major sponsors have terminated contracts with him. According to internal estimates from the Grizzlies, Morant's commercial value has shrunk to 35% of its peak, with a continuing downward trend. It is said that owner Robert Pera has already given Morant a final ultimatum. If Morant cannot lead the Grizzlies to the Western Conference Finals this season, then this summer, the team will not hesitate to put Morant on the trading block. 3 head coaches who had close relationships with Morant have all been cleared out by management, indicating that this summer's plan is gradually being revealed. With his commercial value rapidly declining, Morant is very likely to become a discarded pawn in the management's eyes. The team management has initiated a full-on campaign to dismantle the Morant system. Grizzlies general manager Zach Kleiman's scalpel is precisely slicing away Morant's sphere of influence. During the 2024 offseason, they fired assistant coach Darko Rajakovic, who was closest to Morant personally, and this season they also cleared out Morant's supporters Taylor Jenkins and Larry Roche, preparing to completely break up Morant's inner circle. Not only that, they also forcibly implemented a dynamic offensive system, deeply weakening Morant's value as the ball-handling core. Grizzlies reporters also revealed that Morant is deeply disappointed with the team management's actions. Previously, they even forced him to play while he was still recovering. From once being the future of the league to now being a discarded team member, the determination of the Grizzlies management actually stems from Morant's triple collapse in value. We once thought Morant would reflect and change after his past actions, but judging from his behavior, the gun god etched into his bones is slowly awakening. The NBA has always promoted positive values, and Morant's actions that go against that will ultimately become stumbling blocks on his career path.